Wait, who's dropping the?
You don't like in a high car. 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 You don't like in a high.
Welcome all. Another episode of Cute Dog Locked in a Hot Car. I'm back with Paul, PT, Paul Tabor.
Dude, I can get my lighting for sure.
I don't care. Hold on. He's across the world. He's white and he's having trouble with his lighting. All right. How are you doing, young man?
God, it's terrible. I'm doing good, man. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm sure they don't come here to look at you. Like I'm sure they're not here for your looks. I promise.
Dude,
You're a beautiful person
Hey,
inside.
they thirsty, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just got that fresh cut, man. I went in, I gave him a picture of Christian McCaffrey and said I want this haircut.
You were getting a little mad, like we were talking earlier about my tone via text. Remember that?
I wasn't getting mad. I like to use that phrase when I can. So that was like a good opportunity to where you're just like read the stories, and I was just like,
Only reason I'm saying that is because I've been getting in, like I'm saying that because a few people have said that to me lately. They've been like, "Hey man, you're being mean." Like,
oh no, it was 100% just that exact quote from the Chappelle show when he's like, "You better check your tone, woman. Better use your inside voice or put your ass outside." So anytime somebody's like, "Hey man, I'm trying to tell you what's up," and I'm just like not understanding it, I'm just like, "Yo, dog, better use your inside voice. Better put your ass outside."
So you're gonna make me back into an outside boy?
Damn, went straight to the racism. Hell yeah, dog. You know what I'm saying, bro? We still in the South around here. You know what I mean? You're nuts, dude.
So what the hell's been on your mind, young man? Recently I sent you the what's it called? I sent you an Instagram, Suitcase Joe. Have you ever seen that Instagram before?
No, it's pretty wild, man.
Yeah, Suitcase Joe is a guy who goes and hangs out with like people in Skid Row and figures out how they moved there and like why they're there and like how the whole community works and stuff. Skid Row is like the number one most homeless place in the whole world, and it's like a block away from me. If you look up Skid Row on like the internet, it's like a crazy place. You know, it's a block away, but it's like there's there's like bums just walking anywhere. Like if you're driving, they'll like walk in the road and you're just like, hey, and they're like, yeah, fuck you. It's a crazy place. Like they like, like you said, they take the scraps from like construction places, they build like things and shit. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts, man.
And you were telling me in New York they have a protocol to put
Well, yeah,
people in the hotels.
so the mayor, the Blasio, whatever, whenever they first started getting real bad in New York, and they, locked it down real good. They had,
Are you talking about homelessness or corona?
homelessness, but
Wait,
so yeah, so
like because homelessness got bad and then they opened hotels for them?
no, when the pandemic shut down and they were trying to stop the spread, they were trying to.
So
They knew that, like there's nothing they could do with homeless people because they're just gonna do what they do. So they tried to secretly get a bunch of hotels um, to let all these people come stay there to separate them, keep them off the streets, so they kind of reopen it. A lot of hotels said no, and the ones that did say yeah, they're trying to keep it secret, but I don't know, somebody found out, like 9 of them, and like taxpayers' money is like the money that's paying for them to stay there. But from what I understand in LA, I mean obviously homelessness is huge there, but at least one point I've seen somebody mention about how like the homeless people there were creating their own bubble. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they were making sure people that were hanging together were all like social distancing and shit. But obviously,
I'm
there's
gonna
so
let
much.
you know one thing, man. Or I'm gonna let you know the facts throughout this conversation, because like I said, it's a block away from me. You know, it's like right down the street. I can just go look at those people. Oftentimes I have to walk through there to get to various places I have to go, you know. So either you take the long way and you go around, or you just kind of, I call it walking through hell real quick. You know, I just walk through hell real quick sometimes. And I'm gonna
But
keep
yeah,
it
so there's
real.
like that, and then I can hear a lot about like the tent cities,
Yeah,
and
that's what it is. It's
that's
all
different
tents.
than Skid
I
Row,
mean,
right?
all right, it's like this. It's like there's a lot of tents, but a lot of bums can't even afford tents.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Skid Row is like even worse than like the tent cities that
It,
I hear.
like I said, there's a lot of tents. It's just there's not even enough room for everybody to tents. But wait. What I'm saying is they did not even know about coronavirus until fucking May. Like a homeless person did not know what coronavirus was until like late May. You get what I'm saying? Like, so basically, you know,
And they
everybody
start seeing people come out. They're like,
yeah,
what the fuck?
yeah. First, what happened was March. It happens, and then everybody just goes inside, you know, and then there's bums outside. They're
Yeah.
like, what
Yeah,
the
everybody
fuck?
was like, "Oh shit, we ain't got to go to work." Hell yeah.
Yeah. So the bums are outside, bro. And then what people do is like for whatever reasons, for good reasons and for, you know, bad reasons or whatever, like people go and give shit to bum, like go and feed people at Skid Row, you know, like for tax breaks and for just because they're good or bad, you know, because they're good people. So it's like so all these people that would normally be down there like giving these same bums, like, you know, like they like rely on, like, you know, let's say like 2 or 3, you know, groups that always come with a bunch of sandwiches and waters and shit all the time. And then that didn't happen for like 2 months. So then all the bums were like acting weird, right? And then like everybody was like, I don't know, what you go outside, then you start hearing explosions and shit. Then by the time they start figuring out, they like put in these really weird like water fountain. I was gonna say shitty, but they put in like these really shitty like hand washing stations basically. So that's the only thing they've done for the bums. There's still like way less people, and the bums are acting weird. And now the bums have like these really dirty masks that they all wear. You know what I'm saying? It's like they have masks, but they're like really
Yeah,
dirty.
dude. Well, I'm saying like, if you live in the street, dude, your immune system's got to be able to defeat a fucking virus. The
I don't
motherfucker.
know, man.
I mean,
Because
that's like, I mean, like the prison system, man. That shit was rampant about the prison system, but there wasn't a lot of deaths because the motherfuckers, their immune system, fucking
we don't.
always bad.
That's not scientifically proven. Like we don't know that like 100. We don't know like if they're dead and nobody cares. We don't. It wasn't reported. You know, like if nobody cared.
Dude, they were in California. They were letting out registered sex offenders,
Yeah,
like
but
to
do you know
try
that
to
they?
stop the spread of it.
Yeah, like they
Dude,
let
dudes were
people
in there
out, and most
for
people
like,
either went right back to jail or fucking.
dude, for like 2 weeks, and they were letting out like non-criminal offenders, and this
Yeah.
somehow that apparently falls into certain parts of sex offending. Because there was like a dude that was like on his second year out of like a 10-year sentence that they just let out.
Well, do you know what you know what I was gonna, I guess, get to with all this was gonna say, uh, it's not a it's not a problem of right now. It's been a problem for 56, 60, 70 years. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, the jail system's been a problem. Like you had a bunch of people in jail that should not be in jail. So you should have let them
Man,
all out
oh,
already.
yeah, there's some people in jail.
If it was literally just sex offenders in jail, we wouldn't even care. We would just let them die. You know, it's the fact that there's fucking like guys who are in there for weed and stuff that everybody's like, hey, let out my cousin. He's gonna die now because, you know, because you guys aren't, you know, doing the right thing. And now everybody's like, oh yeah, we should fix it and go help. It's like, no, he should have already been out before there was a death, you know, before there was a deadly
Yeah.
element to it. So, you know, that's how I feel about the same thing as the homeless people. It's like, yeah, they should not be here, there, or the other place. They should have permanent housing. You should just give them a whole building, you jackass. You know, why are you ruining 20 buildings? You get what I'm saying, across town, losing all this money. Just give them permanent building right here. They could do, you know, they could have the building. Man, I've been a big person to say, dude, there's certain people that don't have the money because they would fucking overdose too fast.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
no
saying?
matter what, their brain is.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: what percentage? I mean, this is gonna be a guess. What percentage of the homeless population, whether on Skid Row or anywhere you travel in LA, are veterans? Do you think?
Probably at least half.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least half of them have definitely been in the, because you got to understand what it takes to fucking go homeless. It takes
I
a lot.
don't know. That's when I was reading those stories, dude. I was just like,
Yeah,
damn, I thought so
exactly.
much of it was like mental illness, but these like a lot
No,
of the
but
stories,
some
people
people,
weren't mentally ill. They just had some shit in their life that was just like, look,
yeah,
man,
some
kill
people, their parents just told them to leave. You know, they were
yeah,
just
that
like,
one about that
hey,
kid that girl $100 at 16 told her to get out of there.
yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's crazy, but it's like,
I'd be like, dude,
nigga,
I went
and
on
then if your
fat ass
parents tell you to
taxes.
leave, you only have a few choices. You're either going to smoke crack or join the army. And then
Dude,
if
I'm
you
gonna
join the
murder
army,
somebody to take their identity.
but look, then if you join the army, you're probably going to smoke crack anyway afterwards because the army's not
Dude,
going
that'll
to
be their slogan. If you join the army, you're probably gonna smoke crack.
think about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're like, so it's like the same people that would probably like join the army and be like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck to do, are the same people that come home and be like, well, I still don't know what the fuck to do. I guess I'll just try some crack. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
Yeah.
that's what the fucking deal is. You guys are like, it's almost like that's like a cult, just like any other. You know, like, you know, you get weak people or people who, you know, like were banished from, you know, here, there,
Oh
and
yeah.
everywhere.
Well, let's not put the military and cults in the same
Hey
sentence.
man, you fucking get people to kill people. It's really how do you get somebody to kill somebody? Would you kill somebody if I told you to? What would I
No,
have to do to
that's not
convince
how
you?
that's not how the military works. They don't just say, "Hey, kill that guy," and they go
Yes,
kill
they
him.
do. I know that if I join the military, there's a high chance of me having to kill a guy. So period. That's
I
them
know, but you
saying
don't
you
have
got to kill a
your offer's not just like, "Hey, kill that guy." It's like, "Hey, we're on a mission to do this."
guy.
Firing back at people who are firing at you. I mean, yeah, yeah. I'm not saying we don't kill people without. Yes, obviously, like drone strikes stuff like that. I'm saying as far as one individual military person, like their commanding officer is not like, see that dude, kill him. That's not how it works.
Yeah, it's he doesn't say that. You know, it says that like a
Obama's like,
greater
hey, drop the
like
drone,
a
drop
greater
him.
look, hold on. A
Yeah,
greater
that's it.
society says kill that dude because they're like he's wearing a turban. He should be killed. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a bigger picture than even that. I'm
No,
sorry,
yeah,
but
I mean,
you
yeah,
know,
something
going
like that. Yeah, I mean, that's just.
it's like, and this is another
Bro,
thing, Paul. I'm really happy that you fucking decided to pod with me because, like I said, I've been pretty mean to everybody lately, in the sense of everybody's like, "Hey, man, let's just talk about the cool thing, man. Hey, can we just?" And I'm just
yeah,
like, "No, It's sorry. They're killing people, and they did it, you know." And
yeah,
everybody's just like, "Oh, I can't take." I'm like, "Yeah." Sometimes when I feel like this, I'm like, "You should relax. You should chill, you know." But you know, I don't know. I'm reflective. I don't know. Point is.
yeah. Nah, I'm with you, dude.
It's just
Nah, I
like,
mean, that's
yes, there's bad shit happen. It's the same as what I was saying, like, of fucking there's shit going on. It's like, or the homeless people, it's like, yeah, you want to wait till coronavirus, but guess what? That's what everybody wants to do. Everybody just like loves to not talk about shit. Everybody like loves to be like, well, yeah,
yeah,
those
exactly.
people are.
That's what. And when I text you, and I was just like, look, man, I was like, there's no way I can understand. Like, even looking at Instagram, like, I don't understand the homeless problem there because I don't, you know what I'm saying? I can see pictures, I can hear you talk about it, but unless I'm walking past it every day, or you know what I'm saying, like, unless it's like specifically in my small purview of my own life, like it doesn't affect me enough to make me want to be like, you know. And so like I would
Yeah.
if I came to LA for like a week and just saw it, like that might be where I'm just like, all right, I got see if I can do something about this. But
Yeah,
right now,
exactly. No, that's the fucked up thing is like, you know, like when you come, like, you know, I came to LA and was like, I should, you know, try to, you know,
yeah, I seen you at the very. You was at You was one of Joe's first pictures. So this is small.
pretty much. That's what I'm saying though. Everybody who is somebody slept in their car at least for like a week. You know what I'm saying? Like at least for, you get what I'm saying? Like everybody who comes here, you like basically get really close to that line where you're like, all right, now I see it.
There, right when you get there, right? You gotta suck some dick first.
You gotta suck a dick. No, you have to suck a dick first. What the fuck? No, but yeah, I get what you're saying. But
Like take quickly in this motherfucker. You know what I mean?
no, that's tough. But yeah, it's pretty much like that. You don't suck a dick, but you fucking go through a hard time. You know, you're like, fuck, should I go home? This sucks. You know, we
Yeah,
all
I
know
couldn't. Yeah,
people,
I mean,
don't say any
that's
names, but we all know
all I do.
people who've seen it,
I
who've
don't know
come
how
out
you.
here to see me and then just been like, well, I'll never do that. I could never even
That's
take.
100% what I thought. That's why I was like, oh, I mean, that's why I was just like trying to show respect. It's like, dude, like that's like I could do like Charlotte or like something close. You know what I'm saying? Something I could drive back to. But I was like, dude, I don't care if I knew, like, even if I knew one person, I still like I couldn't move. That's to I don't like I said, dude. Every time if I see a girl that has a color hair that's not natural, dude, this girl at work they
Well,
walked
you're
by
just
with like
prejudiced. That's just a
hair.
clear
She was
prejudice.
banging, but her hair made me so mad. I just want to go up and be like, "What's wrong with you?" And then I stop and be like, "Dude, you wear the clothes you wear because you like them. Maybe she likes that color hair." But when I just seen her, I was like, "Dude, I instantly am like, I think
Yeah,
less of her."
it's funny. That's what's funny is like I think about not you, but I think about somebody in your friend group just as an example. Just I think about people in the South and stuff a lot. Like I think about that point of view that you have where it's like do you realize that person just kind of likes that color? Like
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, like and it
people
sucks
that
that
just
like
like get mad and just keep staying mad. It's just like, nah, dude. Like that
yeah,
girl
dude,
wasn't talking to me. She just walked by and instantly was like,
that's the
felt this
same shit I
rage.
was telling you about. Like somebody told you that person, like somebody did trick those people, dude, into killing somebody. They said Call of Duty's a fun game. These are the guns, and it wasn't about Call of Duty first. Call of Duty was just like before it was Call of Duty, it was like paintball or just like the idea of combat in general. Just be like, yeah, combat is fun, dude. It's fun. You guys are gonna love it. Hey, could you kill that guy for me? It's gonna be the same as combat. Try it out. And no, I'm not saying that art in any way made fucking
No,
people
you're saying
kill people.
paintball
I'm saying that
and Call of Duty is
society did it.
what
Like
allows
in
people to go to the
society I'm saying that society did it because like we accept certain things. Just like we accept like dude, I walk outside every day. There's a fucking person outside like shit on themselves and they're dead and they have no shoes. I have like 200 pairs of shoes in my closet and
That's why I went to LA, bro.
society tells me that is fine. Society's like, dude, you should have 200 pairs of shoes. This guy should have no
Fuck
shoes.
society, man.
You should walk over him and walk to where you're going and not think about that person because it's like okay. You know what I'm saying? Like no video game told me that, but like culture told me like it's okay to like like walk by that guy because he's in a different position.
One of my favorite quotes is, "Anytime you find yourself on the side of the majority, stop and reflect." So when you sit like that, man, we gotta rewire our brains and not be like,
That's what I'm saying. Like it's in the fucked up thing is that they got you guys fucked up worrying about hair color. Like let alone wait till you get to like weird shit that is
well, no, that's
super
just like a
weird.
personal pet peeve.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I get what you're saying, but I'm
you
saying like
gotta
wait till you
like,
get to like weird shit that is like personal as fuck, like like homosexuality or something, and it actually has nothing to do with you, but they will get you to be like, dude, don't talk to that guy because he's fucking different, and then you'll miss out on something crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like the world is just designed for you to be like, oh, dude, that person got crazy hair. Don't talk to him because they're gonna tell you something, obviously, or that person's a different color skin, or that person is dirty, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like
yeah,
because there's something there for you to get, and like nowadays we have the internet and shit, so all the white girls are twerking. But before they were like, don't let those white girls know that twerking exists. You know what I'm saying? Like because they would twerk and then white women would twerk and it'd be like it looks dope when they twerk. Yeah, but it's cool when everybody twerks. You know what I'm saying? So the thing
yeah.
is like
That's what like a lot of this cultural appropriation shit. I'm just
yeah, I
like
think
most of it.
culture.
I'm just like, yeah, I get it, but like then there's some stuff I'm just like, all right, man, like.
No, I agree with you. See, in that way, I feel
The guy
exactly
that like,
red.
loves Air Jordans and always loves wearing Air Jordans, like, yeah, that's cultural appropriation. But I like basketball, and yeah, like
Exactly. No,
up
I
until
agree
about
with
seventh,
that.
eighth grade, I was like, dude, I wish I was black because I'd be better at basketball.
Like you wouldn't be necessarily better at basketball,
Well,
but
yeah, I know.
you're
That's
allowed to wear whatever
what I'm
fucking shoes
saying.
you
Yeah,
want. Yeah, like
all the
you're allowed
guys
to
I
wear
hoop with are black
nigga,
guys.
nigga, if you want to braid your hair, if you want to do dreadlocks in your hair and fucking wear all fucking
Yeah, I'm
only
saying like,
Jordan
yeah,
jumpsuits. If you only want to wear Jordan jumpsuits all day, it's cool, man. Like that's the thing
dude,
is like
jumpsuit. Like,
if you
why
want to
does a
wear some shit,
jumpsuit?
I'd be happy
Dude,
because
somebody
I
wears a
would
matching top with the matching pants. Fuck
yeah.
off, dude.
Yeah,
Better be
you need to
Halloween.
get you some purple Jordan 18s and then the purple Jordan
I don't wear
jumpsuit.
purple. I don't wear purple or pink, bro. Mm-mm.
That's fire. No, yeah, but that I agree with that. You see what I'm saying though? I agree completely with cultural appropriation is stupid. Everybody should just appropriate everything. So that's
Yeah,
completely opposite of the whole like yes, you should pay and I agree. Yeah, I think that you should change Aunt Jemima back too. like, or whatever. Like, like, I don't think that shit matters. Only shit that matters is that people can't get actual homes, you idiot. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's people dying. Like, go let them,
Yeah.
like, fucking homes and shit, like, real shit. They're like, hey, go worry about syrup. I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't care. That's the stupidest shit in the
Like
world.
Jimmy Fallon did black or dressed up as Chris
Yeah.
Rock for Halloween 12
Doesn't
years
matter.
ago.
Yep, doesn't
I
matter.
know. I'm saying that's what they were saying. It's just
No,
like,
yeah. I love it, though.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think it's funny White Bird has done blackface since the invention of the internet. It's like, dude, like
I think it's funny too, but I think it's like just like any joke. I think any joke is
Robert Downey
funny,
Jr.
but
is the only one that's ever done it where you're like, damn.
exactly. That's what I was gonna say. It's like any joke is funny, but only like 3 people can make every joke and make them funny.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like nobody can, like everybody can't say the same joke. And I thought he was
Yeah.
gonna. How did I know you were gonna order the chicken? It's like if a lot of people said that, it'd be like that's kind of cheesy, or we get it, like racism or something. It'd sound weird. But then when you get a Dave Chappelle to say it, you're like, that's good,
Yeah.
and that's a whole different.
Hey, let me ask you this. There's election November, and they're talking about what we're going to do about voting with the pandemic. What do you think would be a good way to allow people to vote? Through they say doing mail-in is going to lead to voter fraud, which somehow the Russian Facebook thing. I guess that's different, but
It's crazy that I'm old enough to where I should be answering, like where I should have opinions on these types of things. Like I always thought of myself as like,
yeah, not who you're voting for, but just like, how do you think,
but you know what I'm saying? Look,
during the
I already,
pandemic, what kind of ways could we allow people to vote and hopefully, hopefully it won't get
the old
corrupted,
way.
but hell, Kanye got on there with like 2,000 fake signatures.
You hear what? How do you know? How do you know that? Like the old way, though. I agree with you. The old way probably is the only way to do it.
No, see, I completely disagree. Like,
Oh, well, I think the old
I
way
don't
is the
know,
way to do it.
like you and I are having a conversation, and I don't know the difference between their distance between South Carolina and LA. We're having a conversation just like we are.
About 3,000, 3,200, I want to say.
Yeah, so we're 13 miles. We're having a conversation like we're in person. So in 2020, we have the technology. We don't have to go to a physical place and punch a little thing. Yeah, that would be ideal. But there's been voter fraud even doing that, and I'm not saying
Yeah,
mail-in way,
I
but
don't. I mean, I don't know. There's not a good choice. It's not a good. It doesn't matter.
like
Who
nothing's
cares?
unhackable, and we can't be within 6 feet of each other.
They should pick it like Groundhog's Day. Just like let an animal like randomly walk towards one candidate, and then that person wins. Like, right? Isn't that just as like dependable as this? Like, how do you make voting not unless you're doing it by fingerprint? I don't really see how you don't fraud. Like, I really don't.
Yeah, well, the thing is that they get whole counties to go to one place. They have multiple counties go to one place.
Yeah, I get a fake ID. I go to 2 counties. I voted twice, right?
No, yeah, or that, or just like the amount of data that they have. Like they don't get it and then put it in the computers. They get it and they count that shit, and then they give them a number, and that number is set somewhere. And so they're not verifying these names. As long if they got to the voting spot to actually vote, they're going to count that vote. And there's
exactly. So I could vote. So I could vote like 5 times.
But at the same time, you're just like apparently Russia controlled Facebook during all the election. Irregardless, Electoral College is the one that voted Trump in, so it don't matter what fucking Russia did.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter anything. Like nothing matters. It doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna vote just because of people who want to cry about if you voted or not. Like just to shut people up, I'll definitely vote. But okay, now make it good. Now make life good. Okay, now make my life good. Like there you go. Exactly. So no, it's not your responsibility to make my life good.
I know, but the voting doesn't just end with president. Voting's got to continue with governors.
Exactly. No, voting ends. To me, voting is not even governors. It's fucking bills. It's like what are they called? Like when they say like.
But who puts those in the legislature is
okay.
state senators,
That's real.
Your representatives. Like that. Those are the people that represent, the actual counties and the states that you're living in. Those are the ones that eventually get corrupted by Washington.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
That's
I don't know. That's what I've been thinking about so much. Is it's like, man, like 2020 has been, I don't know, something's got to change either fundamentally or there's got to be something new that we don't even really see coming. Because
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what I'm saying. You know, we could break up the country in a couple countries, have some secession, some reparations, some all
yeah,
that good
dude.
stuff.
The thing I've been working on where I'm like, hey, we're gonna do like 4 or 5 regions. Yeah, apparently like either Hitler or some grand master in the Ku Klux Klan had like already tried to. I watched the Netflix documentary called
Damn, that sucks, dude.
there's a
No.
Netflix documentary that just came out called Alt Right, and I kind of wanted to make sure. I was like, I'm pretty sure I know what it, what it all. And so I watched it, and it's really good. But like one of the dudes that's like a huge white supremacist is like, this is how we need to do it. And I was just
Did
like,
you watch?
oh,
Wait, Paul. Did you watch it in a viewing with 10 other friends, Paul?
no,
In
I don't hang
beer?
out with people, dude. I like,
Okay.
I couldn't watch that with most of my friends. They ain't gonna want to. They don't want to watch anything that's gonna, interesting or make them think.
No, that's what I'm saying. Nobody wants to talk about anything. Everybody thinks that like the world's gonna be like easy.
So this
Yeah.
documentary is like followed an Antifa dude around and an alt right dude around. And I can't look like the Antifa dude. Like I was just like, man,
Mm-hmm.
like he was just like calling out. Like I don't know, he was kind of a dickhead because he would go to like public figures and like people in government and they'd done something fucked up. He'd call them out. He was videotaping everywhere, waiting for some white extremist to hit a big old black dude. Kind of sissy, but and then this this fucking
Is it the same black dude who was
A
like
crew
sneaking
model
into the
looking dude
KKK?
that's just like, yeah, white supremacist dude. I'm just like, hey, he's really, well read and very articulate. I think he had some degree from some nice college, but
So you were instantly on the side of the white supremacist, is what
no,
you're
I
trying
was
to
on, I
say.
wasn't. No, I was on the side of the Antifa person, which scared me because I was like, the Antifa person seemed reasonable. He wasn't like one of those dudes that was like, hey, everything is socialism. Like he wasn't like that. He was just like, dude, there's white supremacists out there, and they're fucking like he's trying to call them out so they can't stay hidden. Basically, he's just like, yeah, he's like, there's so many people that are like that, like in private, they're huge, white supremacists. Like, but you would never know it, like hearing talking about them unless they were like with a small group of people. And so he's like trying to call these people out. But I was just, Antifa's, all the way to the left and alt right's all the way to the right. But they both were like, you could have a conversation with, but both of them were just like, dude, like, how can you sound logical but not making fucking sense?
Yeah,
Like,
well, because what you said, like that once things become partisan, bro, and that's just a partisan, just like anything else, like once things become a two-sided thing, then it's like, oh, well, then I'll be on this side and I'll be on this side, and it's like it's not that easy, dude. Life just
bro,
isn't that easy.
the world's gray, man. It ain't no
Yeah,
stuff.
everything is gray. You know, I was talking to a friend earlier today, just via message about the war in like basically what happens in Chicago. You know how they kill each other all the time in Chicago?
Yeah, I've heard some things. Yeah. I
You know?
saw. I seen some headlines about like was it a shooting or a bomb went off or
No, I think they like just looted a bunch of shit this weekend
yeah.
because
I saw a headline. I never clicked on the article, but yeah, I
yeah.
have it.
Well, I mean, you don't have to. It doesn't affect your
I know.
life, young man. You're lucky you. But the thing is, that's what I'm telling him. He's like we talk about hip hop, like me and him, we have a conversation, and then I message him all the time. I'm like, well, this guy killed this guy from Chicago. This guy killed this guy, and he's like, don't fucking tell me about this. I don't care. And I'm like, I'm trying to tell him like, hey, guess what? Guess what? That's the only thing that matters. Hey, Paul, WAP doesn't matter. WAP is a fake story that that the media made up to promote the song. Like they're like, oh, well, we're mad. Well, we're happy. Oh, we don't like it. Oh, we like it. There's like 20,000 people who have died in like less than 10 years, all about this one gang war, and they're rapping about it constantly. And like 10% of them are like millionaires rapping about it, and and they're all shooting each other, and it's fucking crazy. I told him the only thing that this compares to is fucking Al Capone. You know what I'm saying? Like this is actually just like old Chicago when they would kill a bunch of people. You know what I'm saying? And crazy shit was going on. And just like the craziest shit in the world, in a bunch of years, they're not gonna be like, oh, remember when that Frank Sinatra song dropped? Nobody gives a. Who cares? The gangsters
that
are the
Frank Sinatra song drop.
yeah, like
Nobody ever
nobody
said
ca-
that.
nobody's gonna be like, yeah, remember that little Dirk song? It was from the Shy, it was a fire song or not. It's like, yes, it was a fire song. Little Dirk makes fire songs, but at the same time, there's a lot of shit going on in Chicago that's crazy. Like, there's a fucking real story of like, this guy killed this guy, and then if you notice, this guy kills this guy, retaliate. Like, the shit, everybody sees what's going on. It feels like the government's okay with it, and because they're just like,
The government's so far up its ass, they don't know which way is fucking left. They don't know what's going on.
no, but I'm saying they're just like, it seems like, yeah, it seems like they're just like, well, they're all black. Let them kill each other. Who cares?
Yeah, and
If you
now
can
it's getting
lock
worse.
up a couple of them, lock them up if they're really obvious about it. But if not,
Yeah,
just
all right. Well, now you sound more like part of the problem. Lock them up.
hey, that's what the government's saying. I'm not saying that. Like, I'm
Oh,
sitting
yeah.
here, I'm just watching it and like,
Yeah,
hey,
the
why are
people
you guys mad at this guy? Why did this guy just get killed? Who was he mad at? Or why are they mad at him? And like, why is it everybody in Chicago that kind of is like becomes like a little popping of a rapper, even a little bit, either get the fuck out of there immediately and never come back, or you're dead in like a month. Like there's like something going on that like it's interesting. Like I said, it's much more interesting than all these fabricated stories that are constantly
Yeah,
flowing
man, I'm
through
sure a
us.
lot of it has to do. I mean, just like so much part of that in the Midwest was. I mean, factories were booming business, and after World War II, and then
Yeah, yeah, all the factories
started
died
shutting
and
down.
shit.
You got a lot of at
And
least a
then
lot of
all the
properties
black dudes
that
went to
never come back.
jail. Dude, and then all the black dudes went to jail, and this generation grew up with not like literally Chicago was like, they don't even have what you call OGs, which means like older gangsters that would tell them, hey, this is the rules. They're just like,
Did
nope.
you just tell me what OGs meant?
I mean, hey, I don't know.
Damn, I'm super white, dude. I am super white.
You just
Like
told me
you just saw the shade on my skin. I was like, I gotta let him know what OG means.
OGs. But what I'm saying is these guys didn't even grow up with OGs. These kids are just like, no, kill each other. Like, let's kill. And dude, you know what? The truth is, it's happening. It's branching out to other cities. People think that is because
That's not. Yeah, I mean, that's not just.
yeah,
Specific
it
to
is because of
man.
Chicago. Chicago made lingo and shit for it. But the truth is, when you lock up an entire generation of fathers and there's no way of being like entrepreneurs and shit, then kids just grow up emotional and ready to kill somebody over their mom. I
All
swear
right,
to God, that's
all right. So what's a solution, or what?
dude. Did you
Or
see people getting killed in your city right now?
people are dying everywhere, man.
No, dude, the shootings went up in South Carolina, like in Greenville. Shootings went up recently. Like a club was shot up during Corona. Like a club was shot up
Yeah,
and like 3 ladies died or some shit. Like people are
yeah.
not kidding. Men are like much more emotional. You get what I'm saying? Than men that grow up like with fathers and have reasoning. You know what I'm saying? Like men grow up with fathers like, hey, all right,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, having that mother father
I hate to like,
having
and
both parents definitely
these
changed
are
shit.
like the
But
dark things I'm realizing, like because I'm fucking 30. I'm like, oh shit, I'm realizing like all
yeah,
the
so what
dark
we got to
shit.
figure out, we got to figure out solutions, or what's a way to get toward that solution.
Yeah, well,
Not
the
hey, well,
solutions
here's the
are
gun.
the only
Hey, Obama
solutions
made
are
Chicago.
give like the only solutions are give like you see the thing you saw that thing where it's like that little meme where it's like 3 blocks and 3 people trying to see over the fence, and it's like equality and you give them all the same block and then the little kid still can't see over the fence, and the 2 people, and it's like equity, and equity is when you give the little kid the big block, the tall person to me, that's literally how the world has to work. It has to work like you got to fix it, adjust it to where those people that got shit on are not shit on anymore, and then just get over it. Like what do you do? Like imagine if you beat your wife. You're not just gonna be like, all right, honey, you beat me and like never talk. It's like you got to get over it. Like don't beat your wife. But the example I'm trying to say, if you beat a
If
dog.
someone could not beat their wife, I'm sure they would choose not to. I don't think that's.
Yeah, no. This is a terrible example. Let me talk because I hate the clip of this. What I'm saying is, if you were to like, imagine if you beat a dog or like beat somebody that hit somebody that's close to you or something. You know what I'm saying? Like you're like that thing does not. You don't deserve to just be like, hey, shut up and trust me now. You get what I'm saying? Like you then have to be extra nice to that thing and, like try to convince it you're not going to beat it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it doesn't have to believe you ever. You get what I'm saying? Like that thing doesn't have to ever believe that you're not going to beat it because you already beat it already. You get what I'm saying? So that's kind of the way the world works.
Kind of like the iceberg slim story that Spells told on stage
A
in the
lot
thing?
like
Okay,
that, buddy.
that's what I feel like you were saying.
Chappelle
Yeah.
gets it, bro. I bet you everybody in South hates Chappelle now, just because he's like saying the darkest things that you don't want to hear.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Man, when he dropped that 826, I was like, I'm gonna send this to a bunch of my white friends. Just fuck it, I don't care if they're like whatever they
They were
say.
like, and they were just like, nigger lover, Paul.
Well, no, yeah, they're all just like, I think the nicest or the best response was just like, yeah, I don't. If he's not telling jokes, I don't know if I want to watch it. And I was just like, really, like, give it a chance. Like, you can't give Dave Chappelle a chance.
Like, no, absolutely not. Like, his job is to talk.
Yeah, like I didn't
Like,
send it
his
with
job
I
is
didn't
to
send it with
explain
a
things that are
note
hard to
saying,
hear.
I didn't send it with a note saying that this dude's a genius and we got to do everything he says. I just sent it so people just, hey, let me have 20 minutes of my day to where maybe I can have an original thought. We'll see how that works. You know.
Yeah. Well,
but yeah, I know. I mean, it's down here.
That's what I'm trying to say, though. It's like, it's time. It's like, hey, guess what? Who cares? Like, just, like the funny thing is, like, it's not going back to your way. Like, I don't know who thinks it's gonna go back to like there's not gonna be like people think that, yeah, there's no way. It's not going backwards is what I'm trying to say. Like, like I said, it's like things will change. Either they'll change in a harsh way. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like when it's kind of like a relationship or something. It's like when you're just like, oh, I'm super fed up. It's like, okay. Like, you think they're just going to be like, all right, I'm over it now. No, that's like an end point. They were like, I'm fed up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, they're going to leave you, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had plenty of girls leave me. I know all about it.
Yeah, and plenty of girls stay with dudes that keep giving them black eyes. They don't mean, and that's something I'll never understand. But that's a pretty common thing. If a woman gets beat, it's not. I don't know if I'd say it's common, but it's not uncommon at all for a woman to stay with a man that, you know what I'm saying? Like, because like what you're saying, like she'll forgive me, he'll apologize and she'll believe it. And
yeah, like that's what I'm saying. But like, okay, and exactly, I'm that's what I'm saying is like she might believe it or she might not, but she doesn't have to. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, she doesn't like she doesn't owe him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you owe me to believe me. No.
Yeah. Right now we're the female that's getting beat up in this domestic violence situation.
I mean, the disenfranchised would be that.
And then 2020 came and Ray Rice was like, hey, can I take a girl out on a date?
Exactly.
And we're just like oh.
Well, I don't know if I'm talking about the disenfranchised people are the ones. Like, and I'm
talking about society in general. Like, we just keep.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's just like a black people or something, but it's like I said, those homeless people that are like forgotten about. Like, there's a lot of people in this world that are just like don't have it good.
Yeah,
nobody cares. Huh?
I said, yeah. I mean, there's too many. There's too many people on this damn earth.
There's really not, Paul. There's really not, because there's enough room for us. Like, that's kind of like why. Explain.
Yeah, there's literally enough land that we could fit more people on. But I don't think we're meant to live how people in New York and LA live, where it's all them people, bam, come back to one. Dude, LA County is bigger, it has more population than a lot of crazy thing. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've heard a bunch of stats where it's like,
but Paul, all you're saying is that you don't want to live there. I'm
not. I'm saying it's not good for society. I'm saying, like, when New York got shut down, like, think of all those fucking people.
But Paul, there's a lot more places that are like, society doesn't have to be built on top of each other. It just is it is in this society. We could all live in a house if we wanted to. There's enough room for us to all live in a house with a yard. Is what I'm saying. There is. I think so.
But not all live in LA and not live together.
Yeah, but you can go live wherever you want. What I'm saying is that there's enough room on the earth for humans. What are you talking? Like, all I'm saying is that
I know
there's plenty of room. There's like so much places in Canada that nobody lives.
But we shouldn't look at our available space as like, hey, we can just keep adding shit. It's like,
well, why not? We're like, if we're doing good for the earth, like
we're not. We're not.
Yeah, but that's but that's what I'm saying. That's this society. Like, or that's actually like 2% of people, honestly. That's like 2% of people that make really big decisions, Paul. Yes, it is. There's like a really rich people that make all the decisions. They say, hey, should we just get rid of fossil fuels or just keep using it? And then they go, no, let's just keep using it. And I didn't make that decision. You didn't make that fucking decision. You didn't say, hey, I want cars to keep running with gas. No, fucking gas companies made that decision. That's like 2% of people. Is what I'm trying to tell you. So yeah, like the world could be fine. Like if 2%, if we took, you know what I'm saying? If 2% of the people weren't like, hey, we're gonna fuck up everything. Yeah, we could just live fine. We solar power shit. We could live fine. And then there'd be more people to figure out how to get to space, and then we get to space and figure more shit out, Paul. Like, you know what I'm saying? We'd be able to inhabit more planets if we had like 10 times the people on the damn task, and people weren't figuring out how to fucking do the terrible things we're trying to figure out how to do now. Like, you know, like there's so many people trying to figure out how to do Forex or some shit. You know what Forex is or some shit? Like, yeah, Forex is a fucking like scam basically, you know, or Bitcoining each other to death or whatever. Like, yeah, there's hella people doing that. But if everybody was just like, hey, let's figure out how to get to fucking Jupiter, we could just go. I mean, Jupiter, I don't think has a solid place for us to stand. But I just mean, you know, other planets, you know, we could go fucking do anything we wanted. You know what I'm saying? We could have, humans could we could be great. It's just like,
But no, I know. But instead, we say, hey, let's just have unprotected sex and not care about the spawn that comes out, and let's just
no. Hey man, you about to make me tell you about Kanye's Plan A. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to talk about this. But the point is, yeah, it doesn't matter. You could have babies, I guess. He makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense to just make, you know, like babies aren't bad, I guess, you know. But at the same time, women have the choice because they have to go through the shit. Hey, let me say that, though, before I get in trouble. Women have choices. Huh?
I said the dumbass babies grow up to be are bad. Like,
yeah, but like I said, you're sitting here thinking about, like I said, like a small percentage of people that are bad. Yeah, if we had 10 times if we had more people on the earth, there'd be more pedophiles too, Paul. But that doesn't mean like that's what you think about. Like, oh man, more pedophiles are gonna be more bad. It's like, yeah, like, you know, like, yes, there's gonna be more bad with good, but like not more bad with good. It's, you know, like there's gonna be a greater good because good is better than bad. Like, you know, like space travel is better than
bad.
Like,
can't argue with that logic.
This is what I mean. Like, bad is like, yeah, we'll slowly destroy the earth. Good is like, we'll just instantly, like, we'll figure something out. Like, good is when you figure it out and then you space travel.
But in the current situation, bad is let's nuke each other and fuck up this shit as fast as we can because we don't care about future generations. Good is like, hey, let's try to slow it down. You know, like let's. And
that's what I'm saying is like, why is it that we have to look through it through the confines of what like I said, one news channel told me to look at it. Like, why is it that I have to look at it like exactly like? And I mean, I just said one news channel just as an example. I just mean like, okay, everybody just goes, hey, my big homie told me this, or you know, my father told me this, or my OG.
I know. I'm just saying, like,
I'm just saying, like, everybody goes, hey, I don't have to think about anything. It says, yes, you could think. Like I said, there's so much Canada that niggas don't live in. You know that there's a lot of Canada.
A lot of it we're not going to live in. It's cold as shit.
But it's still habitable. Yeah, it's habitable fucking land.
I mean, not by far enough. I mean, the Arctic Circle, I mean, you get too hot. I mean, that's
yes, you get too hot, Paul. I'm not speaking on that. I'm talking about all the way between fucking wherever Las Vegas to Chicago, like right in the middle there, up like I think it's like outside of Montreal. Like there's a lot of rural Canada is what I'm saying. There is a whole lot of rural Canada. There's a lot of fucking rural Asia. There's a lot of rural Egypt. You know, there's a lot of rural. There's a fucking huge desert in Egypt. It's big as fuck. We could put Las Vegas. We could put a whole town. We could put like 20 towns in the Egypt desert. You know, we don't have to, but we could even put huts. We could put any type of habitable living. We could put like cool huts, domes. We could do whatever we wanted.
What are you talking? Like,
I'm saying that there's plenty of.
That's the new real estate area. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying you get the Elon Musk underground tunnels. Boom, boom, boom. Now you're driving you're getting to. Yeah, you're taking the Sahara Desert in 10 minutes.
To build one that's like 2 miles long. That's the right way to invest, but you can't.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what are you talking about? You're like, well, that would take that would take 10 years.
My whole point of this is overpopulation. My whole point is overpopulation. Like, we don't.
And my whole point is I disagree. I used to think overpopulation was real, and now I disagree. I think that we're just not managing our Earth correctly.
But if we had less people, could we manage it better?
No, we'd still be. If we had less people, we'd still be fucking it up. Like if we had less people in this, we'd still be. Then there'd be like, let's put it like this: we had less people, there'd be like a greater economy because there'd be more need for jobs, and then I would have 10 cars. and then I would be fucking up the economy just as much as 10 people. You get what I'm saying? Like right now, right now I don't have the fucking money to buy 10 cars. But if
we
there
had
was
less
way
people,
less
you would.
people, then I would have the money to buy a bunch of shit that would fuck up the earth, and I would. I'm telling you I would. I'm telling you I would buy
I know
both.
that's your choice, but we're saying the end result of
A
less
lot of people would
having
too,
more money to
Paul. You
spend.
wouldn't buy a cool car if you had a bunch of money.
That's not the point. The point is that you would have a bunch of more money. That's the point. I don't care what you buy. I'm saying the point is that with
but
with
my
less
point
people,
is that only thing you're gonna buy is things that are gonna harm the earth, just like the earth's already being harmed right now. If I buy a lot more, my favorite candy is these little. I go to this Asian market and they're gummies and they come in a bag, and then inside the bag they have an individual wrapper. They're individually wrapped. You get what I'm saying? So like each gummy candy is like individually wrapped inside the bag. So you open the bag and then you open one.
yes,
I would buy a lifetime supply of that, and the ocean would be clogged. The ocean would clog. You're telling me the ocean
one person buying more candy is all right. I don't know.
Makes total sense.
I'm not.
Everything I'm saying makes total sense. What I'm saying is that given more income, I'm going to make a much greater impact on.
Populate the Sahara Desert in Canada.
Yeah.
But
and give them and make me like basically what I'm saying is that as long as you give me the opportunity to buy those individually wrapped candies, I will buy them. You should not be individually wrapping them. Let me explain. We should live in a society where those candies are not individually wrapped. We should live in a society where they are fucking clean in the cleanest way, where we're not destroying the earth by eating candy. But the truth is, if we're not worried about that, then I'm just going to buy the candy and destroy the earth. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, if we're not going, hey, why don't we figure out how to inhabit the Sahara Desert and do all these things that'll actually save the earth, then it's like, we're not even on, okay, well, let's just buy a bunch of candy and blow this shit up anyway.
Us figuring out how to live in the Sahara Desert is not going to save the earth. I don't know. Yeah, I lost you there. I'm not. Yeah.
I think my 3 viewers will fucking get it because I'm going hard on this. That's a real rant. It's a real rant. I mean, it makes total sense, Paul. I mean, we can go back and forth about this a little bit more if you're down. I don't want you to get mad.
No. Just anytime you have to tell somebody it makes total sense, just think about that. Like
okay, I'm just gonna then I won't even say it. I'll just say that. Let me just go through the scenario one more time. One more time. Given a less population and no changes in things that will make us save the earth, and people like me will just buy more things. We'll just buy more things that will hurt the earth. That's all I'm trying to say. The initiative should be towards fixing the earth, not making less people. Because with less people, it just makes more money for me to buy the same things that will destroy the earth. We should figure out how to not destroy the earth.
Well, let's pretend money doesn't exist.
Nobody plays that game. That's the only game I don't play.
What about homeless people?
Yeah.
They don't play that game?
Oh, they don't, because you read those shits.
What about
they have a currency. Like, they may not have money, but they have a currency. Even if it's sex, even if it's their ability to steal, whatever it is, like, they have a currency that they can live with. But go ahead.
But I know there's all right. I'm just saying, just for hypothetical purposes. Like, I don't know. I feel like I can take like most of the world's problems. We'd have to agree on what those problems like say a set of 10, not the top 10, but just, hey, these are 10 pressing issues that are having negative effects on the people who live on the earth and the earth itself. I think I could get almost all of them down to a core problem of overpopulation. But
then do fossil fuels. Like, what does that have to do with overpopulation? Less cars, it just means we get to have the earth for 10 more years. We're still going to kill the earth if we have fossil fuels, buddy. Just so you know.
I know. I didn't say we'd.
I mean, well, you just said that you could boil most of the, and I just said one problem that the earth has.
No, you asked the question. You answered it for me. You asked the question and then you answered it. So if we had less people on the earth, we would not be using as much fossil fuels. Therefore, there'd be less carbon going into the atmosphere.
Paul, but if you do the math, that's only going to save us time. It's not going to save.
So you've done the math by you telling me if I do the math, that requires that you have done the math.
The math means the math is literally just as easy as smoking into a shirt. Like yes, it is, Paul. It's a very simple thing to do. If you do it like this, and you give them saying you can make the inside of the shirt 10 colors, blah blah blah. Like everybody knows, it's not. This isn't. Come on, man. You're not gonna say I gotta science you about how fossil fuels are gonna kill the earth. No matter
I don't
what.
think you know what
That's
science
fucking.
is. I'm trying to figure out because you're telling me to do the math and then you immediately go to smoking in a shirt. What's the math? I don't understand.
All right, what I'm saying is that if you blow smoke on something, you can see the impact of smoke. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay, Jesus Christ, I get it, man. I get it. You're gonna try to like word me to death.
I know. I agree with what you said, but what does that have to do with what we're talking about?
Okay, what we're talking about is that fossil fuels has already been proven it's gonna hurt. I don't have to do the science for that. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm sitting here being like, if I can't prove it in this conversation how fossil fuels are bad for the earth. Like, I didn't even make up the word fossil fuels. Yeah, like that doesn't even matter at all.
I'm not asking you.
If I prove that, like, if you don't believe that fossil fuels will destroy the earth, then that's something for you to go.
I know no one said that.
What I'm saying is that less cars is not going to not destroy the earth based on the science that I've heard and I cannot cite, based on uncitable science. I know, and you know too. You know too. This is uncitable, but it's obvious. This is obvious science. Just like I said, like smoke is in a shirt. Smoke,
I can send you links right now.
If you blow less smoke, it will just take longer for that shirt to fill with smoke. That's all I'm saying. You know, Paul. Like, it's just that easy. Like, if you do something less, it's just going to give you a little bit more time. It's not going to solve the problem. So what I'm saying is that how have you solved the problem by having less cars?
With that extra time.
You didn't solve the problem, Paul.
I know, I'm saying, but theoretically, you could solve the problem if you had more time. But that's not the point of it. Like,
I'm asking you, what is the solution to the problem?
Is not the same thing as carbon emissions.
I'm right.
It's not the same thing. Like, you're trying to make it seem like, hey, I can blow smoke into a shirt. That's not the same as.
I don't know anything. Like I said, I don't have to prove the science because other people already proved it. That's how we know about this. Like, I do not. You're trying to come at me like I should be the fucking guy that's like, well, obviously.
No, I'm not at all.
I don't fucking know. I know that cars are bad. Less cars is just less bad, but it's still gonna be bad. That's all I'm saying. It's not about the science, man. It's about the obviousness that you didn't solve.
All right, back to the original point. Overpopulation.
By killing people is what I'm saying. Like, by Thanosing everybody and making a third of everybody disappear or whatever, you didn't solve the problem.
That's not. I'm not saying kill the people.
I mean,
all I'm saying is that there too many people on this planet is a bad thing. There is a limit to where there's only so much food you can grow on a planet to feed the population.
I'm saying, how are you going to save the climate? How is that going to help cars not kill the earth? That's all I'm trying to say. Like,
we build electric cars.
Okay, that has nothing to do with overpopulation. So what I'm saying is that you just solved that problem without worrying about population. No. Period. So that's my whole point, is that those problems are actually solvable without worrying about overpopulation. Like you just did. You just solved it by making electric cars. It's very easy. It's not hard. It has nothing to do with overpopulation, and that's the point that I'm making. And the only reason I'm saying it so hard is because it's recorded.
No, you're not making sense. Like,
it makes that's why it's recorded. It's fucking recorded.
What you're saying is
gaslight me.
What you're saying is that the fact that we can come up with electric cars means that overpopulation can't be a problem because we have.
It means that you just said that you could solve problems by worrying about overpopulation, and I just said that you couldn't, and then I just proved that you couldn't. I'm sorry for cutting you off, but it's only because I'm so right. I love you, Paul. You know I love you. I'm just super right about this one.
Population. As long as you think that you're right, I can live with that.
All right. Well, then you tell me why I'm wrong, and I will shut up for real.
I've been trying.
All right. Well, I'm shutting up right now. I just want to get the full point out, and I'm not saying anything now. You tell me exactly why I'm wrong. This is recorded, so anybody
can tell you where you're wrong. I'm telling you where you're going off topic, and then like we're drifting apart from what we're talking about. So we started off talking about you saying fossil fuels are affecting the earth. How is overpopulation affecting that? I say, since there's more people in here, we're going to use more fossil fuels. Therefore, if we had less people, we'd use less fossil fuels. Therefore, I can say that overpopulation. We can even switch the term. I'm saying we'll say population. I don't say population control. That sounds not kind of like fascist. All right. To a point where we can figure out, we're like, hey.
I don't think you should be switching the goalposts. I think we should stick with overpopulation if we can.
Reaching the goalpost. That's true. All right. So overpopulation means, in one aspect of what overpopulation is, the amount of carbon emissions coming out of cars. That's one of many things overpopulation is fixed. So my point is being that with less people driving cars that are made from fossil fuels, we would have less carbon emissions going in the atmosphere.
But would you have zero? How would you make zero?
No.
Because it's a problem until it's zero. That's all I'm saying. So you didn't solve the problem.
It's a problem because we can't control it. With a certain amount of people, we can control things. Just to, I mean, like, you can take things like, just to feed the amount of people in LA County, just let's just say if you fed hamburgers, just those cows alone, the methane from them is a huge problem. And like, we have to feed like the amount of people that are on here, even though there's still people starving. I'm saying, like, to a point, you can't grow food and live on this planet. And what I think is what you're saying is, like, overpopulation is not the problem because it's inevitable anyways. We'll find a way to get around whatever I'm saying is the issue with the overpopulation aspect of it.
No, all I'm saying is that you haven't brought one problem to zero. Like, that's all I keep saying, is that you haven't solved any problems. You just said you slowed them down, but you haven't solved any problems by
solve the problem. I can't
by
solve.
but you did solve the problem, just not by focusing on overpopulation. You solved it by electric cars. It was very easy. You're like,
that's not gonna solve
that
the
solves the problem. Yes, it does, bro. It solves the fucking problem of
carbon
emission.
emissions. That's not the problem.
But that's what I was asking about. That's all that I was asking about. One problem.
Yeah,
one problem. You said, what are the few of the biggest problems in the world? I said, okay, this one is one. And then I said, how can you solve that one problem? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Don't
all right. No, we got off track. Okay. If I said I could solve it by, I'm just saying you could take a problem and I could get to the core of it as the reason for that problem is overpopulation. I don't know how to solve.
Wait. But so now you're telling me that overpopulation invented fossil fuels? Like, because there were so many people that they were like, well, that's what you're saying. You're saying, I guess, problems started at fucking overpopulation. But I'm like, that problem started with car companies. That problem didn't start with population. It had nothing to do with population. Homelessness didn't start with population. It started from people telling people that they couldn't live places.
I didn't say any of those sentences you just said. I said,
okay.
What I said was, I said again, like, when you gave me the problem, I said I could get to the core of that problem being overpopulation. I'm not saying overpopulation caused people to invent fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are there. We figured out how to use them, different ways, whatever. They would still have been found with half the world's population as it was now. Everything you said, I'm not disagreeing with that.
I mean, hey man, a lot of those other, like, yes, like you said, homelessness, yeah, you could theoretically solve homelessness with population or by having less population, but you can't, like I said, there's so many problems you can't solve by having a less population, even theoretically. But theoretically, there would still be a money game.
I have not once said that I could solve a problem. I
swear to God, you did. I swear to God, that's why I got irate. That was like why I started ranting.
I said if I did, then
why you inspired this rant. I swear, you did. You think I just made it
up?
No,
yeah. When you watch the playback, if you can find me one time where I said I can solve this problem.
You said
one time.
This is what you were saying. This is exactly what you like. Pretty close to what you said verbatim. You said, if you tell me a lot of the Earth's problems, I'm pretty sure they can be solved by worrying about population.
If you can find that I said that,
and then the first problem I said,
if you can find where I said that, I will give you cash money because that's not what I said.
I do not. You know me, man. We bet. I think we bet pretty much every time we've potted. We've bet, and I've won every single bet we've ever done on the podcast. And
I can't solve any problems of any of the top. Why would I think I could solve any?
I don't know why you said it. I love you, bro. I didn't want you on record saying that. That's why I do. That's
all right. Well, whenever this gets published, send me the link and.
No, that's why I challenged you because I was like, I didn't want you to be saying that.
No.
You're not Thanos, are you? Are you trying to Thanos the world? I think that's the name of this episode will be Paul Thanos.
He
PT
said,
stands for Paul Thanos.
Go to the Egyptian desert and build houses, and then go up in Canada, and then we got more room, dude. What are you talking about?
What's your idea? Kill people? Your idea is
I don't see. That's the thing. I'm not talking about solving anything. See that? Like you went straight to like, hey, this is how you can solve that. Like Elon Musk.
Hey, man, we're just having a podcast of theoretical talk. I don't want anybody to take us seriously as if we're like really the guys who are gonna do this stuff. Like we're just chatting about some cool ideas.
Hypothetical means we're talking about it. That's what hypothetical means. We're just in theory, we're talking about it.
Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying.
This motherfucker said the Egyptian desert. Please rewind that shit. When you go back to look for when I said
Canada first. I just said there's a lot of places people don't live.
For reasons.
Yeah, but now we don't have those reasons, bro, because we got what's called endo. You ever been endos before? Take your ass endos. What the fuck you mean? You gotta be out though. You don't gotta be out though. You can be endo. Come on now. Come on, you ain't never been endo. Like you endo right now. You gonna sleep outdoor or you gonna sleep indo? Because outside there's fucking rattlesnakes there. Believe that.
Rattlesnakes. He's like, hey, I'm scared of rattlesnakes.
I am scared of what you not? Oh, you're so tough. You're not scared of rattlesnakes?
I mean, if I saw one, I'm gonna get away from it as fast as I can. But
okay.
Like I don't think about them like being outside. Like damn, like that's one thing that's outside that's like I should watch out for.
Well, that's why. You know why? Because you sleep indo. So you ain't got to worry about no rattlesnakes. So if you lived in the desert, guess where you sleep?
Hey, shout out Mike Posner. Keep going.
Dude, no. Well, I'm cutting that out.
Talk about getting bit by a rattlesnake. That motherfucker got bit. Went to the hospital a couple weeks. Didn't
okay. Yeah, I was about to cut
HYAB.
I thought you were just shouting out your boyfriend. Like
no, I'm saying when he did the walk across America, he got bit by a baby rattlesnake. He said
that's funny.
He take 2 weeks off and spend in the hospital.
Yeah, poor guy. He didn't even. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Oh, show. Let's see.
That's funny though, man. I'm sorry. I'm so glad we got one of those on tape. One of those one of those old school go at it.
Yeah, I cannot wait to hear where I said I could solve problems.
Yeah, you did. You said you know how exactly how you said it. Like, hey, I guarantee. This is how you talk. You're like, I guarantee. If you tell me about problems in the world, man, a lot of them be boiled down to population. I'm like, no. And then as soon as you said that, I was like, no. And then I got irate, and then I immediately said,
that's what what you just said is what I said.
Yeah, and I just said no. Because the first problem I made was
no. What you just said was that I was like, I can solve the top 10 problems with overpopulation.
Yeah, you said they could be boiled. Okay, what I'm saying is that can't be boiled down to overpopulation. I just proved why. Like that's what I'm saying. That doesn't make less people does not make fossil fuels good for the earth. That's what I keep trying to. That's the only point I keep making. If there's less people, fossil fuels aren't good. And you keep trying to fight.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I don't like you.
Yes, you are. You're saying but if there was less people.
My side of the argument, and then going off on that tangent, like I had not once said that. Like if we had less people, fossil fuels either wouldn't exist or wouldn't be bad for. I'm not saying that.
This is better than therapy. On that. I'll never do therapy.
Fossil fuels being a problem that is leading to things like melting ice caps and sea levels rising is because a lot of the carbon does come from motor vehicles. People's
butts.
There's a lot of carbon and methane come from a lot of places.
And butts is one of them.
Yeah, and mines and. I mean,
you saw that people got shot with mines in Skid Row.
All right, let me ask you this, and I'm gonna try to state this as clearly as I can. See if we can't keep on the same page. When the pandemic first hit, pictures came out of 3 that I'm gonna mention was India, either China or Japan, either like Tokyo or Hong Kong, probably Tokyo, and LA. Pictures were shown of before and after what the air looked like what it looked like to be outside.
Yeah, it would look way better.
That is just a whiff of what I'm saying. Like I can contribute that. Like I can keep
to
going
fossil fuels.
Fuels
to the mass production of fossil fuels and aerosols.
I'm trying. All right, stay with me here. Stay with me here. That fossil. I'm not saying any of that. I'm talking about the air quality got better when people weren't all together, like and they were separated. Like
yeah, but like I just proved why that wasn't because of people. But I keep telling you that's not because of people. Like I don't get why I don't know how we're gonna agree. I'm never gonna agree that there's too many people. I just am not tricked. I feel like that's just a talking point that you're holding on to. You're just like, no, I'm gonna prove it right because I saw it proved right somewhere. And I'm like, they never talked to me before.
No, I thought about. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'll have to
Like,
this
you know, we get stuck on these talk. I'm trying to I don't know, man. I don't think like I said, if there was what do you think that you think that people's breath did that? You think that if what I'm saying is if you put 1,000 people exactly, if you put 1,000 people in a place, is the air quality going to be shitty just because 1,000 people are there? No, the air quality is going to be shitty because they all drove there, Paul. That's all I'm saying. That's the point that I'm trying to make. It's not the people. Like the people, if people were made out of something inherently that was hurting the earth, like if people were not natural to be on the earth and our existence hurt the earth, then I would be like, oh yeah, it's bad. We should not be here. You know, we should be figuring out how to get somewhere else where we're fucking healthy. But you know, trees make oxygen for us to breathe.
Do they?
Mm-hmm.
What else do they do?
That's unprovable science. I cannot prove that science right now. Just so you know, you could choose to believe that or not.
At least you have good foundations.
Yeah, you could choose to believe that or not, but somebody else proved it. Trees give us oxygen. I don't know how to exactly prove it though, but somebody did, and I believe them for whatever reason. And they might
called photosynthesis, maybe.
That could be it. I could be wrong, but something tells me.
No, you're right. I mean, yeah, just the blanket statement of trees produce oxygen. Like I don't know.
The blanket statement that humans' existence doesn't inherently hurt the earth. So that's a blanket statement. But like I said, I could be wrong. But what you're telling me is that too many humans is inherently hurting the earth. And all I'm saying is, why? I really wanted. Why?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out a way to explain it.
It's like because there's not enough crops.
That you can't instantly go to the fossil fuel thing or whatever. I'm trying to figure out a way that we can just stay on the same.
Well, only reason I always go to fossil fuels is because you always do. You went right to
bro. You went straight to blowing a cigarette or blowing smoke in your shirt.
Yeah, but it was because you were talking about air quality, sir. It was because you're
comparable.
It's because you're talking about air quality, sir. I
did that just now.
I choose a smaller play.
30 minutes ago, you talked about blowing smoke in your shirt.
I used a smaller dome. I use a smaller dome than the Earth's ozone, being my shirt.
Well, then I know, but those models aren't comparable. You can't.
I love it. I love it how we talk exactly the same way as we did in 2009.
Yes, where I'm just like trying to figure out how I'm trying to figure out how you get and where you get, but I can't.
But I'm speaking though. I'm talking English. Hold on, let me grab a water.
Yes, trees give us oxygen. You are quite the wordsmith. Yeah.
All right, back at it. Fucking, what were we talking about?
How awesome we are.
Yeah, because that whole combo. I mean, let's decompress from that and continue.
I enjoyed it for sure. I miss the good old days of everybody getting us. Like how we did this in front of like 5 people trying to watch one person play video games, and you and I are just like, let's just expand our fucking thoughts and let's just
talking about some real shit.
So yeah, old D'Elia and Brian Callen.
Oh shit.
Had some accusations, huh?
I don't know. What do you think? You think that's real? You think all that stuff's super real?
Here's my question. When I first heard about D'Elia's and I seen the first Instagram post I've seen about it, I commented on it, and my question was, and I was hoping that someone would answer it. And this is with D'Elia. My question was, so like what I was reading was saying when these girls were 16 and 17, I think it was 2 or 3 girls that on the thing I read, and to kind of talk about what they had accused him of doing, the messages or whatever. But what I don't understand is like, why wait to come forward with those at a certain I know a lot of times it's like one girl comes forward and then other victims feel or victims, whatever, feel like they're safe now. But I can't figure out why it's always like I don't know, like is it like one girl tells somebody and then like a lawyer or somebody tries to find other girls that can do
Paul,
like
do you know anyone who's ever raped anyone?
I don't think so.
This isn't about Chris D'Elia, but you do. Like I don't. You do. We all do. Come on.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, it's not somebody that I don't know. That's not something I don't know.
You've never been to a party in high school and then you said, "Oh man, this is weird. I'm just gonna leave."
If I thought somebody was gonna get raped, I ain't leaving, bro.
You're
Somebody
there
just
to
gonna be
fight for it. If it's I mean, yeah, you're trying to make me look like the shitty guy. Like I'm just here.
no, you clearly let the statements out yourself for that one. That was
No.
all you.
What I'm saying is, I've heard stories from girls we've grown up with. Okay, what times I wasn't there, Paul.
Yeah.
Them.
See, and I haven't heard any of these stories.
Yes, I've heard stories from girls. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, and this is why I explain what an OG is, because I think it's the most obvious thing in the world. I've heard of 50 of these stories. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I don't think everybody's raping. I'm not trying.
No, yeah, no.
But
My
I
question
think
is
it's always
My
weird.
question is what
You know what?
why 5-6 years later did these girls come
You know
out?
what I did when I found out about Dalia is I fucking immediately went to my TikTok and just asked every girl, and instead of commenting great dance, I'd comment how old are you?
Yeah, that's why I never got on TikTok. I mean, that's too many youngins on there. It's hard to tell how old girls are these days. But
The thing is that's what I'm saying.
Brian Callen,
That
I
life
believe.
is like that, where it's like really sketchy and you don't be knowing. Like I don't be like you don't be knowing, and like I said, rape or not rape. Have you? I don't mean rape or not rape. I mean I know girls who have literally told me, and that's let me make this clear instead of saying like, oh, all the girls are getting raped. No, I'm saying that I know the girls literally have told me, oh, that guy's creepy. He's gonna keep texting me all the time.
Yeah,
Like,
I hear that. Yeah.
yeah, this guy, he's really creepy. Every time he sees me, he like keeps cornering me, trying to talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. So what I'm saying is like, yeah,
sometimes just somebody, just a dude being thirsty, can get oversaturated into him being creepy. Like we know dudes that are like desperate and thirsty, but they ain't creepy. They're just they are girls.
Exactly. And that's what I'm trying to say is like the Dalia thing feels like that line was being towed.
To me, I don't know. To me, it felt, I don't know. Like it just didn't make any sense that these girls were like the one girl was like openly talking about it on Twitter, and I'm just like, if you really felt like this dude was a predator, you came out and like, said like, hey, this is what he did. Like I just wouldn't be on Twitter just like talking to people like y'all. Like I don't know. Like,
yeah, Paul, I don't think you understand that like just it's basically like we've been talking about the whole pod where I'm trying to say it all some type of way that's actually political, but don't nobody care. It's like nobody cares. So then you got to tell anybody who'll listen. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you're just gonna be Twitter, it's got to be Twitter. But it's like nobody cares. You know what I'm saying?
This girl had made her accusations. Multiple girls had then come forward, made their accusations.
Mm-hmm.
People were, talking about it on Twitter, talking about whether or not they believed in whatever. And one of the girls was like very nonchalant about it. Was just like, hey, I don't, this is what happened. I wish like I'd have to find the article, that way I don't mischaracterize her as being like, it is what it is. No, it wasn't like that. However it was read, it was to me very nonchalant of someone that accused another person of being a sexual predator.
Mm-hmm.
But with Brian Callen, all I know is that stuff came out real quick, and then like I seen some of the stuff that he mentioned, and seen a couple people kind of talk about it. But it's those weird things where like even if even like his comedy friends, I don't want to say his best friends, but not everybody is willing, is going to speak out and say that they have his back or they don't, because it's like you don't want to be on the wrong side of it. And I get that.
Yeah.
But the fact that Brian Callen was like, hey, like, I'm gonna
I'm
quit doing
not.
the pod.
Yeah, I'm not defending.
Like I don't know. I feel like I should believe him before I believe his accusers. But also, I mean, and if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. I mean, I don't. And if I'm wrong, then he ought to be punished.
That doesn't make any sense, Paul. If I go rob a bank and then hang out with you, and then somebody comes and they're like, "Hey, bro, Jamal robbed a bank," and I'm like, "No, I didn't, Paul." You're just like, "Oh yeah, I got you, dude." It's like
well,
they're
that's
like,
different. I
"We
mean,
got
yeah, if
him
you
on
rob,
camera,"
I mean,
and it's like, it's like they don't show you the footage, but you're just gonna turn me in.
No, that's different than being a sexual predator. If you didn't kill anybody and you just got away with the money, like, and I know that, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. But if I have any inclination that you might be attracted to underage girls, like, yeah, I'm gonna have to like get you to the proper mental institution, whatever. Like, I'm not saying I would call the cops if you were like, if I seen some kiddie porn on your phone or something. But yeah, like, either we're having a conversation or the authorities are gonna have that like, yeah, like,
Yeah.
if I have an
Well,
inclination,
the thing is, bro. The thing is, that's what I'm trying to say. It's a real dirty game because I'm not trying to, like I said, I'm not playing advocate on either side, but I'm just putting the facts all the way out there, which is like it was some, some girls.
Tell me what you know
in
about
some
the Callen thing, because I don't know a whole lot about it.
Well, okay, the Callen thing it's weird because these are two completely different cases.
Yes.
So I don't want to put them together and be like,
let's just talk about Callen. Yeah.
You want to talk about only Callen because D'Elia
let's talk about
is much more nuanced with D'Elia. Yeah, like Callen is just I don't know if he did it, he bad. If he didn't do it, then they sketchy. That's pretty cut and dry. Like right, like with Callen, it's like
I know, but I'm saying like as far as him,
and he came out talking about he didn't do it.
I mean, what is your gut? If you had a bet on it, what would you bet?
If my gut
betting on one way or the other is not. This is not a
Hey man, we're not here to make.
Like, this is not a moral thing. Yeah, I'm not asking you to be
guys
like, hey,
talking.
whose side are you on? I'm asking you to say.
No way compasses of anyone's.
No, I know. I'm just saying if you had a bet on whether or not Callen is guilty of things, I would bet that he's not.
I would bet that he is not as well. But
I mean, and obviously we both
I don't know. I don't normally win gambles.
We both, read stuff, heard stuff. We don't know everything there is to know.
You hear what I'm saying? Yeah, when I'm not good at gambling. Like, I'm not a good gambler.
I'm not asking you to be good at gambling. I'm asking you.
Well, I'm saying that there's still a chance that he did all that stuff because.
I'm not saying you have to bet real money.
I mean, because there's two different ways to look at it. One way is like, oh yeah, well he came out and said he didn't do it, and only a person who didn't do it would come out and say they didn't do it and look you in the eye. But then I'm like, yeah, but only if I was really desperate would I come out and say it and look you in the eye and be like, hey, I really didn't do it. Like, I really cannot go down for this. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is a big deal. Like, and if it was a long time ago, so it's like it could be the point where he's like,
I don't know, and that's
completely over. Yeah, it could be the point where he's like completely over. He's like, I don't do that shit now, blah blah blah, and you're not taking me down for that. So I'm just gonna say this right now. You're not gonna take. You get what I'm saying? Or, and that would still make him. He did something bad in that scenario. So I would, say that is still bad. But there's also a scenario where, like you said, it was just kind of like some girl dated him and she was just like, really? You gonna make a podcast now? Okay, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, and like, because he's been like, the Brian Callen story is a funny story. Like he's always been like almost there, like almost the guy. And he just became kind of like, oh, I found a lane where I could be the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like, damn, they just took that away from him.
Yeah. That show getting canceled. Perfectly lined up with accusations coming out for sure.
Yeah, like he
was. What about old Chappelle? Let's go up to Ohio and see these stand-up shows that Chappelle's putting on.
Man, I wish I could go, but I think it's
invite only. Like the guests are pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's invite only though, right?
Bruh, with me, we'll get it anywhere, man. You know that. I got disguises for everything, man.
Word.
Be a paramedic, I'll be a corona patient. Like, excuse me, guys, I'm here to test. Like, oh shit, I have it. Now we all have to stay here.
Now we're quarantining with Chappelle for 2 weeks, and everyone else is in there, like fucking the Roots. Like a bitch is like for Chappelle, fucking. They said who did they say was in there? I want to say Will Smith was there. Fucking
Yeah, I know they had I know he had Jim Carrey on FaceTime for a minute. I think one of the pictures I saw had like uh not what's actually there. Donnell Rawlings,
oh yeah, of course he's there.
Michelle Wolf, Sarah Silverman,
Okay.
and then I mean it was a picture of probably about 10 or 15 of them, and I think I knew probably about half of them. Another, like I just imagine they're comedy people that I don't know them that well. But yeah, I mean it's just crazy, man. I don't know. We need something to get back in the room. We need some new specials being dropped. I like how like somebody else just dropped a new one on YouTube. That's pretty good. It's like real dry. I'm trying to think of his name. Joe.
I'm liking the YouTube. I'm liking the fact that comedians are putting their specials on YouTube. You know why? You know what I realized? Oh, this is fucked up. This is a really fucked up thing, man. But it's kind of true, bro. It's really true, and it's really fucked up. Comedy is over because of memes. Memes are better than stand-up. I'm sorry, and that's the hard part. That second statement right there. That second statement hurts. Like it hurt me when it really settled all the way in, and I was just like, and I was like trying to watch a special, and then I like was watching a special, and then I like looked down at my phone and saw a meme. I forgot what it was, and I like laughed at the meme, and I was like,
yeah, if you can send me any meme or multiple memes that would give me the stimulation level of laughter and thinking that anything Chappelle has put out in the last years, I will gladly accept it. But
hey man, Chappelle's different. It's like basically there's people that are worth listening to. Like Chappelle's one of those people. And that's why it's like I feel terrible for for a lot of comedians. Like I feel so bad because it's like I'll look at a lot of this comedy. I'll be like, dude, these are funny jokes.
Figure out how to
This
adapt.
guy's funny, and it's like, and all I'm thinking is, I wish I could hang out with him and talk to him. Like, because like if I like him, I'm like, oh, I wish I could talk to him. I want to go find his podcast. I want to figure out where his random thoughts go because this prepared shit, it's better. It's like the way the meme worked. It was just prepared I don't know, man. It's prepared to hit you on different sensories. It's like,
No, I
it's like
think
a funny ass picture. Okay, there's a meme that says there's Sonic the Hedgehog, and he says all girls from the 90s do is eat hot Cheetos and lie. It's like something eat hot Cheetos and lie. Funnier than any special. Like even fucking the funny specials. I'm like, this special is funny. This special makes a lot of sense, man. I love it, Eric Andre, how you did this and you put it together with the booms and the bangs and then this.
All that is equivalent to one line.
Unfortunately, it is, because you know why? Because when you listen, because this is the truth about a special. When you listen to a great special, when you listen to a really great stand-up special, 10 years later, 5 years later, whatever, you really only remember one fire joke that is meme, and it's a meme.
Not me.
Like one fire joke is a meme. Like just like I said earlier with the Chappelle joke, like if you go, how'd I know? He's like, I walked to the door, and go, how'd I know? As soon as you walk through the door, you're gonna get the chicken. If you put a funny ass picture with that, that's fire. That's just as fire as him being on TV, because it's just as like memorable in its life. Just like the girls from the 90s eat hot Cheetos and lie. It's like there are certain memes that are, and that's the same thing about memes, is that there are many memes that may not be your example, but there are many memes that are like sometimes, and then the most fucked up way that I found out this was completely true was when I think it was Andrew Schultz was like made a funny ass joke, and when Bert Kreischer,
Andrew Schultz has figured out a way to adapt.
No, this is what I'm saying. Andrew Schultz made a funny ass joke, and he said that he said it. He was like, I'm making this funny ass joke because a meme just beat me to it. And I'm like, oh yeah, memes are just a comedian's funniest joke in a special put down right, like on, like made a picture to illustrate it, and their funniest joke right there for you. That's it, bro. And that's in Bert Kreischer's funniest joke, his last special. He's like, I fuck my wife Corona style, blah blah blah. Yeah, then they made the meme about it, and now he fucks his wife, and now everybody's like, fuck that bitch Corona style, and there's a fire meme about it. It's like one of the best memes in Corona time.
I can give you Like,
I'm sorry, man. It'll
all
settle
right,
in.
we'll say
It'll
Louis
settle
C.K.
in.
special,
This
like,
isn't something you're
hilarious
gonna
or
get to
chewed
like.
up.
This
Like,
is gonna
the
hit
best
you in like
jokes in that
2 years. You're
can't
gonna
make
feel
it.
sad.
You can't
Like I
make
said, it's gonna hit you
you
in
can't
like
make
2
great
years.
business into a meme.
If
You can't
it's
make great business.
Chappelle, yes, I'm gonna stop and listen to Chappelle. If it's certain people, I'm gonna stop
Yeah,
and
a punchline can be made into a
But
meme,
but
but
what
great
I'm
shit
saying is
can't.
a meme is what ruined comedy. What I'm saying is that
No, memes are really
I'm not listening to fucking all these dudes talk about like how they live in the city and the ha 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 and or they live in the country. I just moved to the country, or how their mom's country.
What
I don't
comedy
hear
are you
like
listening to?
if you think about Kevin Hart, all his best specials have been made into very short memes and gifs. Even like his best fire jokes are all gifs, bro. Like that's what comedy is, like memes and memes, like memes. I'm
I
sorry.
disagree.
I'm like, tell me an example of a fire joke, and I will tell you the example of the equivalent in that in a meme. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's what, and it's terrible because only thing that kills is that we don't care who Mark Norman is, like as a person as much. Like, you know, we don't care about the
Yeah,
comedian as a
if we're talking
person.
old specials, and
Like, we get it. You care about a comedian as a person. It's like, go care about a guy. But like, what I'm saying is like, there's so many less guys. Like, I
I
could
care
tell
about
there's so
someone
many.
making me laugh.
Well, I don't know because, like I said, like you just said, I just told
Yeah,
you that Bert
I've
Kreischer's
seen
best
memes that are
joke.
hilarious and are clever, but
You don't remember when the joke was made about fucking the girl Corona style when you hit her from the back and she
I don't
falls
watch Bert Kreischer's. I don't
wearing
watch
the mask.
Bert Kreischer's
Well,
thing.
what I'm telling you, I'll tell you it then. What I'm saying is that one of like you don't fucking follow meme pages either, so we can get it. I get like I
NBA
said.
memes,
What I
memes.
said is that you'll get this in about 2 years, and that's what's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? Is like, damn, that's what I'm telling you. Like the
Well, I
future.
feel sorry for myself in 2 years because that's a sad existence.
Yeah, like, well, I told you about
Um,
Drake too. Remember when you didn't believe Drake was gonna be a successful rapper? You
I
thought
don't.
Lil Wayne was gonna be the best for. I swear to God, you argued me this for fucking so long about how Lil Wayne was gonna be the only one who mattered forever. He can never be bigger than Lil Wayne, dude, because Lil Wayne's like, he's got like, look at this, dude, the Drought 3 just came, or not even the Drought 3, it was No Ceilings. I think it was around the time No Ceilings came out. You're like, look, dude, No Ceilings, come on. This guy's gonna be the best forever. I'm like, okay, I believe you.
Drought 3.
It sucks, man. Remember when Carter 4 came out
Drought
and
3.
you were telling me that was so much better than Drake?
Do I need to answer this phone call?
What's up? Answer the phone call. Should I do it on air or what?
I don't. You're calling me.
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to do that. My phone is just in my head dialing.
Yeah, we're not gonna get on Lil Wayne argument.
Well, what I'm saying, like, come on, man. Like I said, I remember when Carter 4 came out. You're trying to tell me how
I'm
much
saying,
better than-
like, yeah, I could play you a bit, like a great bit for one of the great stand-ups that have come out. You pick a year, and I'll find the best bit, and that'll be
2013.
funnier. Huh?
2013.
I mean, I'd have to look at the special that came out then.
Well, then we'll reconvene in a week. Reconvene in a week is what I'm trying to say.
All right.
How's that sound?
2013.
So in a week, you'll have the best stand-up bit from 2013, and then I'll have another week to find the fact that was made into either a funnier meme or there was a funnier meme than it. Like, point is that memes are beating it. Like, there's a meme funnier than that.
Yeah, but then we might just be arguing what your opinion is of funnier.
Well, I could say, well, then what would you want to do? Impression, like relevance, like
You're watching
impression?
Bert Kreischer stand up and comparing Corona fucking jokes to memes, and yeah, memes probably are funnier than Bert Kreischer stand up. But I can give you
You're
multiple
a
Louis
fucking hater.
CKs.
You keep disrespecting Bert Kreischer on my fucking pod.
Yeah, Bert Kreischer's
one
a
of the
great
greatest.
podcast listener.
No,
I mean,
he's one of the greatest new comedians. Tom Segura sucks. Bert Kreischer's fire. He makes great jokes. Tom Segura sucks. I'm sorry. He doesn't.
No,
He make like I'm saying, like, what's Tom Segura's last funniest joke? He doesn't like Louisiana. No, that's called a gimmick so that he can get followers. Like, that's not a fucking joke. We don't actually care that you don't like a state. We care about a joke, sir. If you could give us some, we'd appreciate them. Where's the joke? Where's the joke?
that was his last good joke for sure.
What's the funniest joke? That was the most popular thing he said in the last 5 years.
Dude, that joke is older than 5 years old, brother.
Well, it's the most popular thing he said in his last special has been hate on a random place, but it has not been a fucking joke.
I've seen him twice in the past 3 years, and both times
he said a joke. What's his funny joke? What's funny?
I'm not going to argue with someone who.
This is what comedians always do this, like on their podcast, and then they cut it short because they're like, "We're not gonna shit on comedians, bro."
I'm just saying,
I'm not a comedian. I'm just
I know, but the way you're coming at this argument,
Maybe I might talk on
you're not
stage
coming
on
at
a
it with an open
comedian.
mind. You're coming at it with, oh, Tom Segura said a Louisiana joke, like you said, like I'm not gonna try to.
I'm coming at it when I can quote
already
Bert
made up a
Kreischer's
joke.
jokes. I'm telling you that I can quote his jokes because they're funny, and I'm saying, can you quote his jokes because they're funny?
I can quote multiple.
That's what I'm asking you.
Entire stand-ups, not bits, but stand-ups.
No, just give me one. Just give me one bit. Give me a joke. What's the joke?
All right, the first 48.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say his whole joke. Come on, dude.
No, I mean, just tell me why it's funny. I can tell you the Corona joke is funny because you're having sex with your wife and doggy style.
Whenever he's talking about when they start finding out the people's names, and he's like, "Yeah, I know little stuff." Yeah, I'm not doing his bits. That's cool, dude. That's trash.
What is the funny part of the bit? Is the funny part the impression? Does he do a funny impression?
The way he describes
Jesus,
how the first 48 is when you watch it, like he describes it in a way that's
so
that
it's funny because the first 48 exist.
No, it's funny because everything he says is true, and
so it's funny because it's true. I like rice with a little bit of salt on it. Who be putting salt in their rice, y'all? That's my new bit. I'm coming out next month.
Good job, man.
If you don't be putting rice in your salt, you probably white. White people don't be putting salt on their rice. Shit, I be putting a little salt, a little pepper on that motherfucker. These are jokes.
Yeah, I can definitely tell that you're a Bert Kreischer fan.
I'm the fire.
All you do is interrupt, go off topic, and we're like, "Hey, this is why I'm right." And what? You disagree with me? Well,
I can tell you're a Tom Segura fan because your joke was about a subject. I'll be like, "What's funny about that joke?" You'll be like, "The fact that sandwiches."
You asked me to name one of his bits.
So the one about the sandwiches. You never saw. He was like, "Sandwiches, man, they were great sandwiches." I'm like, "All right, not funny." I told you it's funny because the concept of having sex with your wife.
Tom Segura, you are not funny. Bert Kreischer is hilarious. Bert Kreischer only says good jokes. Tom Segura said a funny thing about Louisiana and the border wall 13 years ago. Yes, congratulations.
This is comedy.
And we're talking about one of these comedians is only known by a nickname based off one story he told and has told forever. The other
one is not known at all.
Google net worth, brother. Google net worth. Look at Google searches.
Because he did movies and he has a better agent and all that corny.
I couldn't. Please tell me what movie. I ain't never seen him in no movie.
Exactly. I saw him in a movie with Mark Wahlberg. It was about adopting a kid. He played the brother that didn't want him.
Yeah, I remember when he was promoted.
He was the worst actor in the movie. He was the worst actor in the movie.
No one said he's a good actor. See, you're just.
You just said
I'm not arguing about him being
net worth means that he did more shitty things. That's all I'm saying. Like, yeah, cool. He got a lot more money for taking shittier ideas.
You drinking haterade by the gallon.
Hey.
Let's go. All I said was I didn't think Bert Kreischer was that funny, and you
exactly. All you said
told
was
me how you feel about Tom Segura.
All you said was some straight up blasphemy, bro. My boy got bars.
I stated my opinion, and that got you so riled up that I feel.
I'm not riled up. I don't want you. You can have an opinion.
You just put your shirt back on, and you're not riled up.
I just felt like putting my shirt back on.
Change wardrobes in the middle of this argument.
I didn't want to live with the shirt off the whole time. I just wanted to let you know that fucking Kreischer. Like, dude, Bert Kreischer has numerous quotable bits. All I keep saying is that the bits are you haven't listened to the funniest bit. Like I said, the new bit that's funny that has nothing to do with the story about anything is, like I said, he said that his wife was worried about getting coronavirus from having sexual intercourse with him. So he said, why don't we have a doggy style sex? And that way you can cough into the wall. And then everyone laughed. And then people made memes about it. And that's all I'm saying is that the memes are still very relevant. And I think people even stole the idea and made T-shirts. So I'm saying that people made T-shirts about his joke, buddy. Like, they didn't make T-shirts about no fucking Segura jokes. And that's all my point. If
you're on a T-shirt, then that's all that makes.
Oh, my point is that if it's funny, then people remember it. That's all I'm saying. I'm remembering the joke right now because it's funny and why it's funny. It's funny to have sex with a girl and imagine her coughing out corona, and you're just like, hey.
And if I felt like it was appropriate, I could give you 40 minutes, almost word for word, of not just Tom Segura stand-up, of probably about 10 stand-ups that aren't like Richard Pryor or Dave Chappelle or something. We'll throw in Louis C.K. and maybe one of Bill Burr's.
What is funny about a bit, and it's like
I'm saying
have a logical debate with me about like the concept of comedy and like why you think that would make sense to you, and that would be a funny.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with someone that thinks a meme is funnier than stand up. I don't know.
That thinks what? Yeah, I mean, I don't think it. I know it. I'm sorry. I know what laughter is. Like laughter, I'm sorry. I like it. I laugh. Yeah, like I don't deny my laughs and go, oh, I didn't get that laugh from a gold bar. A man didn't give me that laugh. I go, okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying you should or you do.
Like maybe an image gave me that laugh, just an image. I'll take it. Okay. It's like, what are you out here being snobby about your laughs? You're like,
no, I'm not. You are definitely being snobby. I have not said anything negative about anything.
This is the funnest conversation. This is the real prime.
Like you're hating so hard on anything that's not a meme or Bert Kreischer that is so funny. It's like somehow like Bert was like, dude, just like be my sidekick on the random, and all of a sudden you're gonna get big one day, and then people will know that you always have my back. And you're like, all right, dude.
I think that's pretty true, but I also think it's more valuable to know Bert Kreischer. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's also be a lot funner to know Bert Kreischer than it would be to know Tom Segura. Sorry.
I disagree.
I forgot what I said I was going to call this podcast, but now it's called Bert Kreischer versus Tom Segura. We should call this like
Bert Chrysler.
We should call each other like two something.
Yeah, you definitely know comedy, dude. You definitely know comedy. You said we should call each other to something, and this is your reaction. So when you see a meme, you're like, oh my God, this is so funny. And someone's like, hey, here's my bit. You're like, oh, too many words. Go on, dude.
To something. Nah, I think we should call this to something. To something far away. That's what the name of this pod is.
It needs to be something like not coast to coast, but how like since you're on Cali, I'm on the East Coast, something about coast, like the coast coming together and not arguing but debating or something. I don't know. I've been trying to think of funny of something clever. I don't know, like the right side and the left side, but that's like that's make it look political. You know what I'm saying? But I was like trying to make it like the left side and like the right side of the map, but then like I'm in the right side. But
you call it a black and a ginger from August and September.
Say it again.
A black and a ginger from August and September. Your birthday's next month, isn't
everything has to rap, man. Just for 1 second, it'll be black, okay? I do like that though. That's a good.
Two squirrels far away. I think we should call it.
I'm gonna tweet those lyrics to Drake real quick. Hold up.
I think we should do a podcast called Two Squirrels Far Away.
No, something, yeah, because I'm definitely the Tom Segura and you're Bert Kreischer of this.
Yeah, you mean I'm the valuable one that makes the entertainment.
You just like keep coming up with ideas to where you start the idea and then you're just like, I don't know what else to say, but you get what I'm saying. Like we should call it to something and then like insert something clever that I'll think of eventually, but I'm gonna keep guessing random stuff until then. Yeah.
Get that shirt off, baby. I should be drinking right now. I was drinking a lot yesterday, so I don't feel like drinking, but normally I would drink.
Yeah, I worked the last 2 nights. I slept all day, this night shift. Young, but I'm making millions to work the night shift. If you're reading this, it's too late.
You like Drake's music now. That's interesting. So interesting. It's funny when you hit me up and you say, you know what? I like memes now. I think memes are funny. Because like I said, bro.
I'll tell you that now. I often send you, and you can ask. I mean, most of the time I send them to Cam Jackson and Hump, but I send memes all day that I think are funny.
I'm telling you though is that memes are killing comedy. Memes
I like a good meme.
Stand-up comedy though. Like that's the fine point I want to make is that I don't know if it has to do with like the way it hits your brain or something, like the joke hits your brain like so much faster and it's like the best joke, like okay, it's like say you're doing a certain drug, say
you just come without having to like do any work. Would you just come? Yeah, I would just come. But yes. Sex is better than just coming.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, that's literally a great analogy. You made a great analogy. That's pretty much it. Like what I'm saying is that they're extracting cum right now. Like it's crazy. Like they're just instant extraction of like.
Yeah, I'm
like how did that happen so quickly?
And I'm over here talking to fucking.
Yeah,
brother. I don't know what's a porn star.
You're walking down the beach with some girl holding hands, and I'm like, bro, you are crazy. Dude, there's a phone booth over here. It's fucking crazy. And
like, dude, you don't know what a glory hole is? Come on, man.
it's a glory. Yeah, it's a glory. Like, I guess. I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess it is kind of.
One of my favorite bits by Bill Burr is he's like talking about arguing with his wife. He's like, and ladies, they always pull the one card out. I'm just gonna have sex with you. So what? He's like, just jerk off. He's like, that's like your wife telling you you're not allowed to. It's like your wife putting a chain around the refrigerator, saying, all right, how you gonna eat now? It's like, you got a fucking sandwich in your pocket. It's like, good. Sleep on the fucking couch. What's wrong with that? He was like, fuck her. Yeah. That's a good one.
I mean, that's kind of I've been that's been my stance on like masturbation for a while. Like, it's like why are we out here?
My masturbation stance is like one leg up and then like I don't like pulling. Different kind of stance. My bad. Different kind of stance.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I just mean, why are you out here chasing these why are you out here crystally in the DMs? It's like all you gotta do is just go to Pornhub. Like, it's like one browser, it's just click over. And then you don't have to like worry about it.
I know, that's why when the pandemic started and they shut down libraries, it's been really hard to masturbate. All right, my man, I'm gonna end it right here.
No, you're gonna end it? No, I say when we end it. What the fuck? This isn't your pod. This isn't Two Squirrels Coast to Coast yet, or whatever the fuck we're gonna call it.
We'll call this man BBK Black Bert Kreischer.
Oh, that's fun.
Actually that was a little more Bobby Lee in there. Like at the beginning of his, he's like, "Don't fucking talk until I introduce you. Don't fucking talk." And the guest is always like, "What?" It's like, "I told you not to fucking talk until I introduce you."
Yeah, I just try to be myself as all. But I have seen all that shit. No, you are
yourself. That's why I don't mind getting in these awesome debates with you.
But yeah, I'll let you go. Let you live your life as like it's golden or like it's red. But
2013, I'll find the best bit, and we'll go from there for next week.
Okay, for real. Well, then you're back on next week. We're not gonna start a pod with you called that, but because I know that you won't do it enough. But we can always do these episodes, here. I just don't want to mislead the fans.
Yeah, we gotta do this. Because I can't have these conversations on the regular, and I need to. That way, I can say my thoughts out loud and actually have someone combat them and me try to figure out how to think through, you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, you I can't wait till you hear this one back. You're gonna be real excited to text me a bunch of times, a bunch of things that I will accept, apologies that I will accept openly. I'm a guy. Once you figure out that memes are better than most people stand up. I'm saying most people. Like I said, you go see Dave. All right, we're not gonna get back into that, but all up, Paul, and I will hit you up ASAP. Thank you guys for listening. Another episode. Cute dog locked in a high car. Love you. Bye. Ducking, riding, drugs inside, thugs inside, and we run this night. And all my life I had to fight, babe, do not fight, except the system. Where your girlfriends at? I miss them. Where your girlfriends at? I miss them. All my life I had to fight, babe, do not fight, except the system. Baby got a rock collection, it gave me a rock erection, and she still smelled like she fresh. And my baby got a weapon, scoop when I wanna, I do what I wanna. You can ask my mama, I'm a heavy stoner. I don't fuck with your honor, fuck with marijuana. I don't fuck with your honor, I fuck with marijuana. Hey kids, make me your idol, or I'll be suicidal. You can't be suicidal unless you have some high hopes. Hey kids, make me your idol, or I'll be suicidal. You can't be suicidal
suicide unless you use some high hopes. Fucking riding drugs inside and thugs inside, and we run this night. And all my life I had to fight, babe, do not fight, accept the system. Where your girlfriends at? I miss them. Where your girlfriends at? I miss them. All my life I had to fight, babe, do not fight, accept the system. I'm not woke it up all night, I'm not with coke it. High quoted, that boy loaded, but he floated. Candy coated, Gucci soaking like a hydrant broken. I'm in that and swimming like the ocean. My favorite gap I heard was I got curvy, got the nerve. Maybe like 2016 or maybe like 2015 or maybe like 2014.